With 2019 wrapping up here pretty soon, it's time to look back at the year and see what the best FPS releases were, at least thus far. Now do note the Outer Worlds and Modern Warfare are yet to come, but since Doom Eternal was delayed until next year, I thought it was a great time to look back at my favorite titles. There's no specific order that these are listed in, and these are just my picks for the best FPS games of 2019 so far. Metro Exodus. I continue to talk about this game with incredible respect because it stands out as one of the best games I've played this year. Mixing non-linear and linear gameplay, 4A Games was able to take the Metro formula, evolve it in a great way, and honestly push the single-player FPS space forward. Visually, the game is fantastic, and on the harder difficulties will challenge you to your absolute ends. Aside from a few pacing problems, this game is an absolute gem, and I do believe this is probably going to be my best FPS title of the year, unless Outer Worlds gives that a run for its money. And with the inclusion of Metro Exodus on Game Pass, there really is no excuse not to play this. I regularly receive comments asking if you need to play 2033 or Last Light before Exodus. The answer is no, you don't, but those are both excellent games. You can appreciate Exodus and pretty much understand the story without playing them, but you'll have an added level of appreciation for the characters and world within if you play the other two as well. Show this game some love and check out Metro Exodus. Out of left field, Apex Legends. Nobody knew it was releasing this year, just Phantom dropped and has become one of the most popular BR games out there. Respawn Entertainment can do no wrong in my eyes when it comes to the gunplay in their games, and although I still desperately crave a Titanfall 3, Apex Legends has been a wonderful substitute in the meantime. With Seasons 2 and 3 carrying the momentum forward, the only criticism I have towards Apex is perhaps the pace at which the game receives its updates, and some odd microtransaction decisions. And last we've heard, back in March, they have over 50 million registered players. You can bet that number is a lot higher now. The real joy with Apex is that fantastic gunplay, and of course the mechanical design behind their Legends. It took the BR genre and pushed it forward in a ton of ways, causing its competitors to adapt and even sometimes copy pasta features directly from Apex Legends. I really love this game. I sunk way too much time into it this year. I just hope that the pace of content continues, and again, that Respawn does have some Titanfall goodness up their sleeves. Real quickly, let's touch on 3 titles I thought were going to make this list, but didn't. Rage 2, Far Cry New Dawn, and Wolfenstein Young Blood. All 3 of which just missed the mark. Rage 2 is not a bad game. It was a lot of fun, but just not a great game. Young Blood and New Dawn both had stumbling blocks that prevented them from reaching this list. Next up is Borderlands 3. Gearbox returns not with a massive evolution, but rather a great iteration and a step forward for the series. Part of the comfort with Borderlands 3 is the fact that it doesn't deviate from the formula, rather just improves and refines upon it. Pair with it new gorgeous visuals, some of the best loot that the series has ever seen, quality of life improvements that have needed to happen for years, and you have a title that you can play with your friends for hundreds and hundreds of hours. Borderlands 3 has really grown on me over the last couple of weeks, and I just want to return to it, try a different character, use new abilities, different builds, and continue grinding for loot. I know many players will be waiting for this game to reach different storefronts and sales to occur, and I understand that, but do note if you pick it up currently, it is a fantastic title. Other than some performance issues on the consoles and a few performance issues on PC, which I imagine will be resolved fairly soon, you have a rock-solid game here. Most notable here is the improved feeling of the different weapon families. Everything has a different weight, feel, and kick to it that really stands out. And you're not waiting to get to levels 30 and 40 to enjoy fun weapons. The game starts throwing you great loot from the very beginning and just gets more ridiculous from there. I have no doubt players will be enjoying Borderlands 3 for the next 5 to 10 years. Next up is a $7 early access game that appeared in my list from earlier this year, and that is Bright Memory. Single developer, FYQD Personal Studio at $7, this game is an absolute blast to play, and it is a creative step forward in the FPS space, usually a genre of games that stagnates from a mechanical evolution perspective. Bright Memory mixes this awesome dodge rolling mechanic with sort of Dark Souls style boss fights to create a very unique shooter, one that pushes you to your absolute limits. Skilled players can really play this game in a flashy, enjoyable way, and there's always multiple angles to approach every single encounter from. This hack and slash episodic video game isn't completed just yet, and you're honestly not going to get a ton of playtime out of it thus far. However, what is there for now is fantastic, and at the price point, very much worth picking up, especially with the Steam winter sale around the corner. I really hope a big studio takes notice of Bright Memory and throws some team resources towards FYQD, because the single-player FPS space can always use more creative exploration. Finally, we have Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. Now, the Shadowkeep isn't necessary here because I really added Destiny 2 because of its new light changes. Coming over from Blizzard onto Steam and making the game free to play is a huge step for this series. You guys know on the channel I've covered Destiny 2 for many years, and frankly, I fell off the bandwagon with Destiny 2 Vanilla and have slowly been coming back on board. New Light in the free-to-play version of Destiny 2 is absolutely fantastic and gives you so much content for free, and it's high-quality art, fantastic gunplay, and just great long-tail engagements if you enjoy investment-based games. You don't need to pick up Shadowkeep if you just want to experience a huge chunk of what Destiny is. Shadowkeep really just gives you the new Battle Pass, the Vex Invasion 6-player activity, the raid, and a couple of other story elements. But with the free version of the game, you get to experience, I would say, like 90% of the whole title, which is just fantastic. And with confidence, I can say that this is the best that Destiny 2 has ever been. Plenty of pursuits, lots of gear, and long-tail grinds to keep you digging into this game for months to come. And with it being free to play, there really is no risk. Just pick it up, try it. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. And those are my favorite FPS games of 2019 so far. I purposely tried not to include third-person shooters in this one because I know the comments get a little dicey about that. As mentioned earlier, the Outer Worlds and Modern Warfare are to come. I knew Doom Eternal was probably going to make this list, but with it being delayed until next year, start digging your teeth into these fantastic FPS games. Is there a title that released in 2019 that I missed? Let me know about it in the comments down below. We'll update this list as we get closer to the holidays and after Outer Worlds and Modern Warfare have released. Thanks as always for watching this video. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter @BBKDragoon, and I'll see you all again in the next one.